Hey, quick message from me just to make sure you aren't sabotaging yourself on your diet through frustration. A lady checked in with me through my 6 Steps to Slim program last night, and it says, such as thus: after getting on the scales after 13 days, no movement. She's been dieting well, she's been eating well for 13 days. We've all had this happen to us before, haven't we? No movement on the scales. I just lost the plot, she says. Which, I mean, that part, debatable. She says, made scones, ate 2 with butter, jam, clotted cream, then some chocolate after. Not the worst, is it? Lost the plot, debatable. It's only a scone or 2, my dear. Isn't it? A little bit of chocolate. It's not the worst, is it? Could be worse, but we've all been here, haven't we? We've all been here, and this is my point. Do you know that it can take between 3 and 23-ish days to get a weight drop on the scale, even when you are in a calorie deficit every single day? That's how it goes. Every day you are in a calorie deficit, you lose body fat and you get slimmer, definitely. Because your body takes its energy from body fat or from food. So if you didn't eat much food, how are you still alive? You lost body fat. So we get slimmer every day that we eat a low enough level of calories, or we're in a calorie deficit. That's what that means. Same thing. But does the weight come down every day? You know it doesn't, don't you? You know it doesn't. You've been to Skinny Watchers, Weight World, they've weighed you every week, you've eaten well all week, nothing happens, they tut. Don't they? It's because they don't understand how it works. There's no reason that your weight would or should really go down every week. That's not how humans work. Sometimes there's weight stalls. You know, when you step on the scale, you're not checking how much body fat you've got or what you've eaten. You're checking how much everything you've got, and you've got a lot more than just fat and food, literally. What if it's just hormonal changes? Water retention of some kind, you know, bloating. Could be you've not been to the loo. It could be loads of things. Illness, couldn't it? Causing the weight to not go down, even though you've eaten well. It can take up to 3, maybe even in some very obscure instances, 4 weeks for your weight to come down despite a constant calorie deficit, and you've got to be patient. Otherwise, it's a little bit of, maybe sabotage is not the right word, because sabotage means technically ruining your own plans on purpose. Maybe it's not that, but it's definitely frustration, isn't it? You're eating well and you're eating well and you're eating well, and what reward do you get after 13 days, like for this lady? Sometimes none, but this is just the way that it works. There's only really, when your weight's not going down, there's only 2 options that it can ever be, literally. Number 1, your calorie intake might not be low enough. Number 2, it might be a weight stall. It can take up to really maybe around 23 days, a bit more than 3 weeks, until we can find out if it's a weight stall or not. You know, every day that it gets closer to 4 weeks, it can't really be 30 days. You can't really get a weight stall that lasts that long. Every day that it gets closer to 30 days without your weight dropping, the probability of it being that your calorie intake is not low enough, even if you think that it is, or if an app on your phone tells you that it is, this doesn't matter. The app's wrong, or what you think's wrong, because the weight's not going down, so you must be eating the amount of food that keeps your weight the same, because your weight's staying the same. What else could be happening? So you can't have created a calorie deficit if it gets to 4 weeks, but you've got to be patient. You've got to actually give it time. Most often it doesn't take 3 weeks to get your weight to come down after a calorie deficit. It takes 3 days to 3 weeks, more like. Most weeks, or at least every week or 2, you'll get a weight drop when you're on a diet, won't you? Most weeks you'll get a drop, most weeks. Not every week, so mostly every week or 2 you'll get a drop. Sometimes though, we just got to be careful. We've just got to be careful. Try not to get frustrated, and then if the weight not going down makes you frustrated, don't do the thing that makes the weight go back up. Because if the weight not going down is upsetting you or annoying you in some way, how do you think you're going to feel when it goes up? If you think, well, fuck it, and then eat loads, or you eat too much. It's not going to help, is it? If it not going down isn't making you happy, making it go up isn't going to make you happy. Channel frustration into positivity. When you step on the scale, if it doesn't go down, think, oh, really? Body, and then do the right things. Make it go down. Eat even better. Do even more step count. Do a home exercise. And when your body feels hungry, think, yes, this is what you get, body. Drop the weight, then we'll talk about food. Obviously, I'm exaggerating slightly. It's hyperbole. I'm exaggerating for the storytelling, but you get the idea, don't you? Channel the frustration into positivity. Use that anger of, oh, really? The weight's not gone down, has it? Use that as motivation to do the right things. Thank you so much. Connor Rhodes from Slim Society. Speak to you and I'll see you again soon.